Tudo bom?
E aí, vocês?
E aí, gatinha?
Celso Neto here. We're at Sebring International Raceway. Just wrapped up test 2. The car's behind me here, all dirty as you can see. We got some special news to announce. We got Praga karts on board this year. Praga is one of the leading kart manufacturers in the world. I want to give them a big thanks to them for the support, as well as Velocity Racing, which is a karting team based at Orlando Kart Center and is an official Praga dealer as well. And give everyone a big thanks for hopping on board this year for the TC America 2024 season. It's going to be a great year and great weekend as well. Make sure you guys watch and cheer for the car and check out the Praga logo as well. Thank you.
In the flag stand, giving the green flag. We are racing in Sebring, and Walsh gets the jump over Celso Neto, who's coming under attack. Lucas Catania, who was second in the pair of races at Sonoma to start the season, taking a peek up the inside, but the Brazilian stock car veteran, Celso Neto, was able to fend him off in the run down to turn 3.
Yeah, he had a great start. Joey Jordan did that little lock up there in a turn 3 criticism corner. He does it.
Walsh, Neto, Catania. Catania looking very aggressive here in the early stages. State putting the pressure on the Brazilian, who now calls Florida home. Celso Neto in the Skip Barber Racing Acura. Brand new Integra to the championship here this year to go up against the BMWs.
See how these two cars compare here, accelerating off of Tower Corner. That's turn 13. The big run down to Bishop, flat out through this left-hand sweeper here. Great. Doesn't have to think about defending into these brake zones.
Neto, though, does have to play some defense because Catania is there. Poked his nose to the inside, but couldn't draw alongside that white and red Skip Barber Racing School entered Honda, make that Acura Integra. But look at this, Celso Neto going super defensive here down the long Olman straight. And Catania sitting in the slipstream, doing his best to make a move. Here he goes, popping to the inside. It'll be side by side into turn 17, the first time of asking.
Yeah, you just got to feel your way through in the inside there, and Lucas makes that move, but now he's on the bumpier part of the racetrack, and Celso just accelerates off of turn 17 and maintains position 2. Neto there a little bit wider with his exit off of turn 1. A little bit wide there in turn 3, misses his marks. He's up on the curb, he's vulnerable right now. Lucas got to try and do the crossover here as they accelerate through turn 5. Neto really feeling the pressure there, just overdrove that sequence of corners a little bit.
Able to recover though.
Back the pack with consideration of his car not being 100%, but he seems to have decent speed.
Other class leaders. Walsh, Celso Neto leading the father and son duo of Lucas and Joe Catania.
Yeah.
Here at Sebring International Raceway, you were talking about Celso Neto. He's got his former team owner all the way from Brazil here with him this weekend, but was really happy coming off of Sonoma. He did find the podium in race 1, but there was a BOP adjustment overnight for these Acuras. They will have max boost here for the race. When I talked to Lucas Catania about it, he said, I got to make my moves early on that Acura to have a chance at Chris Ross, but as you can see, he's extending that battle as well. But yeah, keep an eye on this Acura BMW battle. I think we're going to see it all day.
Well, Celso seems like good one lap pace. He's only 2/10 off of Chris Walsh's pole, but seems in race conditions here, definitely slipping and sliding a little bit through the tighter stuff. Now Lucas looks down at the inside. This is turn 10. This is going to get tight there. Celso sweeps across. Joseph Quintana look for an opportunity sitting there in P4.
Remains Celso Neto leading Lucas Quintana here at Sebring International Raceway. Celso's Brazilian former car owner making the trip. Well, Celso's a former touring car champion in his native Brazil. Back in 2022, he's done a lot of racing there in Brazilian stock cars, actually made a couple of NASCAR Brazil starts last year, and yeah, he doesn't mind that car sliding around under him. He's used to the front-wheel drive platform.
Yeah, but it's early in this race. I mean, we're only like 7 minutes into this.
Neto going on the defensive. This time, Quintana will try the outside. We saw him struggle over the bumps trying to make the inside move work a few laps ago. Again, Celso Neto has the measure of the upstate New York.
The ratio, maybe the Honda's a bit more suited to the acceleration.
At the measure of the Acura at Sonoma. Look at Neto, though. Boy, he's got his hands full, and Quintana now has drawn alongside, door mirror to door mirror in the run down towards the hairpin.
Yeah, so Luke on the brakes here. Look at that Celso dancing that nose on the car, just keeping it underneath him.
Door opens on quarter exit for Quintana to swing up the inside, and this will be the inside for the next big braking zone. If he's going to have a chance to fight with Walsh, it's not done yet. Neto fighting ungamely on the outside. Will he give up the ghost? Not yet. They're still side by side.
Just going to have the inside here for turn 13. This is Tower. Celso's going to try and just time the run, not clip him coming off the corner, just get that better acceleration run.
Neto trying to come back, does get to the inside of Quintana, who gave him just enough room. Side by side for the better part of a full lap. Oh, Neto swings
Joseph
wide.
to the outside. Can he go to P2 from P4? 3 abreast into the brake zone for 16.
Oh, Neto's going to have some momentum rolling around the outside. Not sure what race control will think about going still on here in the run into turn 17.
He's getting right in a position. He's just got to jam it down there and slow things down and just keep Celso off his flank, but he's kind of...
For it. Oh, Neto again wide this time. Quintana back up the inside. They continue this fight at this time.
Yeah, Celso's just really struggling just to get the car slowed down and turned in to turn 3 there. That's been pretty consistent, but now...
And now Neto starting to come under pressure from Joseph Quintana. And again, Aaron Kaplan starting. The pressure is now in the fight for third, with Celso Neto fighting for all he's worth to keep Joseph Quintana behind him. Amanda reports that the Skip Barber team thinks this Acura should get better as the race goes along. So right now, Celso Neto just trying to hang on. Finished third in the TC Class Championship last year, did Celso Neto, for this same Skip Barber School team. 1 win, 9 podiums in that campaign. He's also been doing a little racing this year in Brazil in a Peugeot TCR car in TCR Brazil. Has just the 1 podium on the resume, and that one, if I remember this correctly, came when his son got DQ'd.
Oh, Celso's off the road. It's going to cost him acceleration.
Joe Quintana again takes a look up the inside. Neto, though, gives him enough room, sweeps across the bow, and hangs on, and actually builds a bit of a gap this time, exiting turn number 1.
He certainly tidied up turn 3. He's a lot better through there. He was really missing that apex a lot in the early phases of this race. And there you see him sideways again, just pulling that out with the front wheel drive car, just mashing the gas pedal to control that slide and get acceleration run down here towards turn 7.
We're looking most likely at 2 more laps to go. Time starting to run out here. Quintana has taken the white flag. Then comes the battle for 3rd and 4th. Celso Neto has an edge now. It's up over a car length. Celso Neto over Joseph Catania into turn number 1. Neto had a great run yesterday. He'll start 4th overall today. So we look for the green flag. We wait for the leader to go. Now they do. There's the green flag, and we're off and racing here at Sebring. Going side by side here into turn 1. Celso Neto poking his nose up the inside as well in the Skip Barber racing car.
Inside there, no, Neto's trying to get the inside of Joe. Is going to get really tight here down into Christensen corner. Neto takes it in deep. Lucas clears them, grabs P2, but Walsh is well on his way here.
BMW out at the front of the field. Here comes Neto, though. Look aggressive here on the first lap as he took a peek to the outside of Lucas Catania.
Yeah, and he had good pace in the early laps here yesterday, and then sort of faded a little bit.
And this is what he's done most of the season. His closest competition has been Catania, but Celso Neto has other ideas. That's the front running of these new Acura Integras. W front-wheel drive compared to the rear-wheel drive BMW machines.
They seemed so evenly matched across the lap here yesterday in terms of acceleration, top speed. Excuse me.
Celso was a big part of the show yesterday. He was driving that car on the ragged edge, just slinging it around this racetrack, and it made for spectacular viewing. BMW Neto in the number 22 Acura from the Skip Barber Racing School team. 2 different approaches to turn 17, but they come out nose to tail. We'll see what kind of a run Celso Neto can get on the BMW driver. Walsh leads lap number 1 here at Sebring, but the battle is on for 2nd.
Yeah, Lucas made a little feint to the left and then back to the right. He's probably got to control that moving around. Otherwise, the stewards are going to start to take a closer look at that. But Neto's car seems to be really hooked up here in the early going. Lucas again getting defensive there, moving back online. He's got to clean that up a little bit.
Starting to get into the flow of the race here in race number 2. A good run yesterday, so close to a 2nd career podium, doing battle with Neto over the back half of the race. Here comes Neto, though, attacking Lucas Catania here, and Lucas able to fend him off, guarding the inside jealously. 2nd overall and in TCX. Here comes Neto working his way to the outside of Lucas. Side by side they go. Neto rolls a lot of speed around the outside. Lucas gives him room. And now the track's about to come back Neto's way here with a couple of left-hand corners upcoming.
Yeah, super clean racing there by Lucas Catania. By doing that, he's allowed Neto to shoot through the inside there on the run down to Bishop.
Move Neto up to P2.
See what we can do now. He's got clean air on the nose of that Acura Integra. Car seems to be hooked up way better than in race conditions here yesterday, Ryan.
Well, let's remember, they qualified nearly equal to the BMW. Celso Neto from 4th on the grid already moves his way up into the 2nd spot. Lucas Catania, though, settling in. He'll try and claw back. Ooh, Celso Neto has dropped back. He's into 4th now and coming under some pressure from Cooper Prohl, it looks like. Now, that car was a handful for him yesterday. Let's see what happened here. Ooh, got really wide.
It's actually into turn 5 where he trying to get something sorted out.
I think we could get an update on Celso Neto now with Amanda.
They did make a shock adjustment overnight to find more stability in that Acura.
Well, they needed it. It was a handful, like we said. There were times that car was completely sideways. Right there, Neto fended off a challenge.
Looks like Celso's car's back up to speed, so I'm not sure if he was just sorting himself out or something technically with that race car through that little sector there between turn 3 and turn 5 on the last lap. Wow! See when he tightens up through turn 17, the bumps that he encounters. That was a wild ride there.
Over to the inside. Celso Neto flings that car down to the apex, and he'll grab the 3rd spot right back.
That was beautifully judged.
And Celso able to leak through. Still does have the fastest lap of the race. It's Chris Walsh, because Neto's about the only one that's been able to match his pace.
The car's just gone off a little bit. That's a huge swing in performance and lap time. The car just looked to be alive there in the first 5-10 minutes of this race.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we saw that pace, like you mentioned. It's still the fastest lap of the race.
Joseph Catania looks down at the inside. Let's see what Neto does. Sweeps across the bow, but watch for Brohl and Kaplan to catch this too. They're engaged in this little battle. They seem to be stymied by Neto's pace right now. Brohl and Kaplan are catching them hand over fist.
Still plenty of time to go too. We're just past the halfway mark with 18 minutes left. This, what you're watching here, is third place Celso Neto in the Acura, fourth place Joseph Catania in the BMW, then a couple more BMWs giving chase. Actually, it's an Acura.
We saw Neto kind of off the racing line through turns 3 through 5 there about 5 minutes ago, and I wonder if there's something technically wrong with his car, that he just doesn't have the same performance any longer. So
the chance for Catania around the outside, but he outbrakes himself. Goes wide. Now what will the pursuing cars do? Through goes Brohl. Through goes Kaplan. Oh, that was aggressive. Oh,
Neto's got an
Neto.
issue.
Yep, sure does. He's going to pull straight off. Or will he? Very strange. Now rejoins the track, but at the tail end of that train.
It's affecting the overall performance at the same time. It's got like 2 phases to it seems.
Celso Neto, who has still the fastest lap of this race, but that seems like an eternity ago as he continues to drop off the pace and out of contention. He now runs at the very back. Like the final step.
Really sends it into Joseph Catania. That's really unfortunate.
And Neto does come through to pick up the pieces. He finishes fourth, and that could have a big implication on his championship.
Neto, who put down a time of 2:19.566.